Welcome back to the course. In Part 16, we are mastering form handling in SvelteKit using Svelte 5. We will start with a basic HTML form, connect it to a server action, add server-side validation, enhance the user experience with JavaScript, and finally, add file upload capabilities. We will build one single form and evolve it step by step. So, let's start. Basic form actions. In SvelteKit, forms are powered by actions. An action is a server-side function that runs when a form is submitted. This allows your form to work even if JavaScript is disabled in the browser. We define these actions in a page.server.ts file. By default, SvelteKit looks for a function named default in the actions export to handle the submission. Let's understand it with an example. First, create a page.server.ts file in form root. Then import action from the types. If you get any error, just run the app and types will be generated. Then export actions object. Inside it, we define a default function which is an asynchronous function that receives an event object. We destructure request from that event. We call request.formData method to parse the incoming form data. Then, we use the standard get method to extract the values associated with the input names, email, and message. Finally, we satisfy the actions type to ensure TypeScript gives us correct autocompletion. Then create page.svelte file. As of now, we don't need any script. Then, we'll create a standard HTML structure using Tailwind for layout. Then create a form with post method. This is crucial because SvelteKit actions only respond to post requests by default. Inside the form, we have inputs. First for email and second for message. The most important attribute here is name. The name attribute corresponds exactly to the keys we used in get method in the server file. Attribute names must match with the keys. Then create a button. Now our basic form is ready. So run the app. Open the form route. Fill the form and submit it. As we are handling the form on server side, we won't get any output in the console. As we can see, there's no output here. Also, if we submit form again, we can see that page reloads after submitting the form. We'll fix that in a few minutes. First, we need to see the output. For that, we have to open the terminal. And here are the outputs of both submissions. Don't worry about these errors. This trash is from the Chrome Dev Tools. Just ignore it. We need this line only. Form validation. Now we need to validate this data. We cannot trust user input. If the data is invalid, for example, the message is empty, we should not proceed. Instead, we need to send the user back to the form with an error message and, importantly, we must preserve their existing input so they don't have to type it all over again. For this purpose, we use the fail helper from SvelteKit. Let's see the code example. Open the server file and import fail from the svelte.js/kit. Then down here, we'll use simple if statement to check whether email or message is not empty using negate operator. In it, return fail method and pass error status code. The second argument to fail is an object containing the data we want to send back to the front-end form, the email message, and a missing flag set to true. If validation passes, we return a simple success object. In the Svelte file, we use the Svelte 5 props rune to destructure the form prop. This prop is magically populated by SvelteKit with whatever object our server action returned, either the failure object or the success object. Then, inside the inputs, we update the value attribute. We pass form.email, and if it empty, then use empty string. In text area file, we did the same but cast the value to string. This process preserves the user's typing if the form fails validation. Then we also add conditional logic block to check if form data is missing. Inside it, print error message. Then we add another conditional logic block to check if form submission was successful. Inside it, print the success message. With this, our basic validation is complete. Now run the app. Open form route. Now enter the email but leave message empty and we got the error message. Now enter the message and submit and we got the success message, which means our form is submitted successfully. And if we don't fill any field, we still get the error message. With this, basic validation is complete. Progressive enhancement. Currently, our form triggers a full page reload when submitted. This is the standard browser behavior, but it feels clunky. SvelteKit provides a directive called use enhance. By adding this single attribute to our form, SvelteKit will intercept the submission and use JavaScript fetch behind the scenes. This updates the page content without a full reload, maintaining the scroll position and making the app feel like a native application. Now let's implement it. Open Svelte page. Here, import enhance from the app forms. Then add use enhance directive and form. And that's it. This is literally all we change. Now run the app. Open form route and fill the form. Now when the user clicks submit, SvelteKit handles the network request asynchronously. It updates the form prop with the new data from the server, causing the UI to reactively update instantly without the browser refreshing. File uploads. Finally, let's allow the user to upload a screenshot or picture with their support message. To handle files, two things must change. On the front end, the form needs a specific encoding type called multipart/form data. On the back end, we handle the file using the standard web file API. We will verify a file was selected and then, for this example, we will just log the file name and size. Now, let's understand a code example. In the server file, we retrieve the file using get method. Since TypeScript doesn't automatically know this is a file, we cast it as file. This allows us to access properties like name, size, so we'll simply print these properties. In a real app, you would use array buffer method on this file object to save it to disk or send it to a storage service like AWS 3. However, we aren't using that, so we'll simply print the properties of the file. Now open page.server.ts file. Here, we need to set encryption type attribute to multipart file data to the form tag. If you forget this, the server will receive the file name as a string, but not the actual file contents. Then we need to add file type input and set its name to picture. Same the key of get method. Now run the app. Now open the route and enter email, then upload an image file and submit. Success is shown. Now open terminal. And here we can see the name, size, and type of the file. With that, this section is complete. See you in next one.